going on, guys? It's Monday. We just left work. We're on the way home. Oh, we've got a long hour drive. But whenever we get home, I think we're gonna work in the garage a little bit, try to work on Mason's seats tonight, see if we can modify his stock brackets and be able to bolt the racing seats to his stock brackets by just running little pieces of flat steel across the brackets, and then you'll just bolt them onto that. He acts like he's got a pretty good plan, so we'll see if we can get that knocked out tonight and get the seats put in it. But you never know. It's all stuff that, I mean, we're gonna have to weld and cut and, you know, drill holes. So we'll see what all we get done, but I just want to bring you guys along for the ride. Yeah, I will catch up with you when we get home. This is literally the loudest blower motor. You know, you have to have it on defrost for it to be super loud. This thing is loud. Listen to this, if we can get it to the phone. I don't know if that does any justice at all, but it's loud. We're going to try, hopefully, if everything gets back here on time. I shipped Mason's Redline box out last week, and it should be back in hopefully one day this week. As long as that's the case, we're gonna try to make it out to the drag strip this Saturday and try to make a couple passes on his truck just before, you know, make sure it's fast enough, make sure we're gonna go out there and run in the class that we want to, before we just get down there and think it'll go that fast, because we don't really know that it's fast enough to run in the 770 index class. So we need to get it to the track and verify it, and we are just cutting it so close, but we just started on the project so late in the year that it's just kind of how it is. But yeah, we're staying positive about it. We're hoping we're gonna put the tuner back on, and the transmission's gonna be fine and hold up for now. If not, we're gonna yank it out real quick, and if that's the case, probably not gonna get to go to the track this weekend. But we're gonna yank it out real quick and go through it. Depending on what the pan looks like, we may just do just a full rebuild on it. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens whenever we get there. If you guys watched the previous video, we got a new valve body for it, but you guys know we were having those issues with the transmission, and we don't want to stick that valve body in it. We made the, you know, executive decision. We're not going to put this valve body in it and trash it if something else is wrong in the transmission. That's just stupid. So we're gonna see, you know, how it shifts with the valve body that's in it. I actually have another one, I think, on the shelf with the Transgo kit in it. We may stick that in it. We're just trying to be smart here, because with how time is right now, we're down to like 3 weekends left that we can actually work on the truck before it has to be loaded in a trailer and drove 8 hours away. Yeah, we're trying to be smart about it. But also, there is a little update on Bailey's truck, which I apologize to you guys, I didn't really get you any footage this weekend. He has the full manual valve body shifter bracket made, and he got the I think one of the turbos put on it. So just kind of worked on it a little bit. Kind of a slow weekend, didn't get a lot done, but yeah.
Probably won't be out here tomorrow.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us what you're doing?
Making seat brackets.
So how are you gonna do this?
It's already done.
Using the factory bolt holes and one welded onto it right there, welded onto it over there, and gonna use the holes in the bottom of these and just put bolts through them, and should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Are you still gonna be able to reach this right here? Did you have to take it off that one? Because they were on that one, you cut them off.
They're on the bottom of that seat.
And then
I had to take this cross bracket out.
Okay, but you didn't do that until this was all
Yeah.
together, so that way your length wasn't messed up. Makes sense.
Perfectly spaced apart and in the center of each one.
So we went ahead and test fit it, and as far as height-wise goes, it feels like it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and just set it on here, drill a couple holes, and then put some bolts in. These little holes right here, and bolt it down to the bracket.
Really? Is that one in there?
No.
Why not?
Because
This wasn't planned, but this, I don't know how well you guys can see this, how well it's going to focus. But the nut actually fits perfectly in that slider. So it'll tighten down. You won't have to have a tool. You can just tighten it from the bottom. It's like it was meant to be. It's so cool.
Dylan's never seen that before.
So cool. Here's a little update on Bailey's truck. He got the new turbo, well, the same turbo put back on. What else? That's pretty much it. He got the manifold on, got the turbo on it. I'm running a couple coolant lines, just cleaning a couple things up. Went ahead and did all new Allen bolts for the manifold. Maybe the manifold was already on, he stuck it in, I can't remember. I had to do a clutch job the other day, so I didn't really have time to help him with this. But you guys can see everything. Just slowly putting her together, nice and clean like. We got the seat all bolted down. Now we're just working on putting the seat the rest of the way together. We're going to stick it in the truck. 13 or 14, probably. See how it all bolted on here. Worked out really nice. We're gonna take these apart, obviously, and paint them all. Yeah, we're probably not gonna do that. We might have some spray paint from right here. Yeah, touch it up a little bit. You guys can see in there.
Just don't show it.
Huh? Just don't show the welds right there? Okay. Yep. I do want to apologize. I haven't been making videos the last couple days because I'm out here doing some landscaping, I guess you could say. I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm building like a little patio paver front porch deal. And this has been taking up a lot of my time this weekend. Worked on it pretty much half of a day, another half of a day. So this is kind of, I mean, if you guys want to see this, I'll record it, but it's pretty much done at this point. And I didn't want to try to bore you guys with this. So that's why no videos last couple days, but we'll be back normal schedule as soon as I get all this stuff done and get the yard cleaned up and everything for springtime. The seats mounted, got the seats mounted in the truck. Sage is wanting to check them out. Yeah, I just really got to touch some of that up with some black spray paint and we'll be good to go there. Looks like it fits pretty comfortably. I did go ahead and go in and sit in it. The only thing I don't really like, I don't know what Mason thinks about it, as far as having racing seats in a pickup truck, is getting over that bolster. You have to like lift yourself over it. I feel like eventually they get worn out. But other than that, it feels like it's, as far as positioning, it is perfect. Did order 5-point, I don't know what the correct term was for them, 5-point harnesses that will mount to the floor. Obviously this truck doesn't have a bar or anything in it. So yeah, they basically will just run to the back and then go to the floor. And they'll have two that come around on each side. But there's one seat done. Just got to get the other one done and then put the center console back on the truck and should be good to go. It's the next day now. Yeah, this video at this point is going to be all over the place. It's just going to be one of those videos where I just kind of record everything I can that I think is interesting so you guys can stay up to date on everything. My truck's warming up outside. These did just come in today. These are the harnesses. I'm not going to open them or anything until Mason gets here. We can kind of go over that a little better and we'll try to put that into one of the next videos. Getting the racing seats, the belts themselves done. He got his seat completely installed. Just got to take it out and paint the little spots that we welded on it. Watch out. And yeah, these harnesses will actually bolt to the ground. The truck doesn't have a bar in it. These came with everything to be able to allow you to bolt them to the ground, and then if you eventually want to put it like a roll bar in it, you can hook them to that. So right now I got the Fummins outside warming up. I'm gonna just I just want to take it for a drive. It's really nice. We'll run over to see what Bailey's doing today. got the tuner back, and Blue Chip said that there was a solder inside the circuit board that melted. Apparently it was either from being turned on too long at a time, or basically we were just using it too much. That box is simply for drag racing or truck pulling. It's very hard on injection pumps. They won't last, but it is like the hardest fueling box you can get. So yeah, they got it fixed, and they sent it back, so we should be good. And that box will no longer get used on the street. It's only going to be on the track. When it's not being used, it's going to be turned off. So yeah, just can't afford to keep sending that back. There's also going to be a cruise this Saturday. And we're going to be attending that, trying to. I'm going to clean the truck up real nice and just kind of see what kind of clips we can get. I've never really recorded anything like that, so we'll see what all I can get recorded. And yeah, it should be a fun weekend, nice relaxed. So just stopped and got me some fuel. I put $20 in it, and it got me, I don't know how well you can see that, right at half of a tank. Okay, it won't last long. I need to figure something out with the fuel situation. Bad on this thing. The fuel tank's just way too small. You can't get any range out of. Yeah, I mean, it's horrible. On a long road trip, this thing would suck. You'd be stopping every hour and a half, 2 hours. You guys should see how I have to put fuel in it right now, since I'm being lazy and haven't finished my flatbed. The filler neck, you have to take it off and then stick the gun all the way up inside under the bed, kick it sideways, and you can pull it like quarter of the way before it'll kick the gun off. It's a pain. It's so stupid. I need to just finish it, but pull up here and get our car wash on. Looks like we got some competition in there. Big old square body. That is K20, I don't know, something like that. I like square bodies. I used to have a K10. That thing was sweet. 74. Oh no, what is this guy doing? Well, they're gonna rub.
I think the key's all wood.
You're gonna have to trim it like all the way down there.
I kind of like that one in my nose.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it looks a little silly. Now that looks really good with those. Gonna take the steps off?
What do you think? They look good?
No, I think it'd look a lot better with them off, honestly.
Did the steps off, toe mirrors.
You guys remember a couple videos ago we did an engine swap on this. This truck had I don't know what was wrong with the engine in it, but we swapped her out. Out of a wreck truck. It's also for sale if anyone's interested. 2001 LB7, 240,000 miles. Engine has I think it's like 250 on the engine. 02 engine. Located here in central Indiana. If anyone wants it, it's for sale. Hit us up on the Instagram. Put it right there. She's got some stance now. Looks good. Looks really good. Get home. Cole's here taking the exhaust off Mason's truck, taking the axle dump off, putting it on his common rail, and putting the stack. We're gonna be putting this 7-inch, looks like 7-inch. Yeah. 7-inch stack in Mason's truck. It's gonna be a little close to the fuel cell, but I think it's gonna clear. We may have to secure this hose so it doesn't get melted. Something like that, the suction line to the air dog. But I think that stack will be about right there, which it'll be fine. It's not gonna get too hot. He's trying to put the 2nd gen exhaust on his 3rd gen. He's having to do some mods. not really working out. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. Like the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. See you guys on the next one.